Or this TV show.
Yes, 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 we are back. And it is summertime living easy. Welcome back to Do You Remember This Movie?
Or this TV show.
Or this TV show. And like I just said, we have two new movies. But once again, I want to say hello to Trent and I want to say hello to Cam. Thank you guys for joining tonight. And yeah, we got a couple new movies we're going to talk about. A couple big names in a lot of these movies. So we're going to just hand it off to Cam here and let him do his thing.
Now it's time for the synopsis with Cam. The synopsis with Cam.
All right, folks. Movie number 1, Poison Ivy. It's summertime again, and when the kids go to camp, you better believe there will be antics. Romance, scandals, and heartbreak are sure to run amok when these teens and tots get together. Who will win the color war and the hearts of their true loves?
Oh, that's great. That's great. You know, you should just write the box, or the back of the box of these movies.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
All right, let's get to who's in this.
That's right. So in this movie, we don't have Stephen Baldwin or Daniel Baldwin or Alec Baldwin. We have someone completely not even related to them named Adam Baldwin.
He's not related?
No, I just looked it up.
Oh.
I looked up the Baldwin brothers and it just popped up those three. It says, yeah.
But
Daniel, Stephen, Carol, Beth, Alec, William, and Jane.
But Adam Baldwin invented the piano.
But Adam Baldwin invented the piano. Yes. But he's also known for his role in My Bodyguard.
Yes.
If you remember that movie. Robert Klein, who's in this movie as well.
Well, double back to Adam Baldwin. So what I think is fun is that the theme of our show tonight is summer camp movies, right? And so Adam Baldwin, I believe, is connected to the two big summer camp movies, other than these two that we're covering tonight. He was in My Bodyguard that you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That starred Chris McApace, whose only real other movie he was ever in was Meatballs, which is the quintessential summer camp movie. And then he was a major player in the second biggest summer camp movie, Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's not forget Friday the 13th, though.
Oh, he was in that too?
No, I don't know.
Robert, sorry, summer camp movies? Yes.
Summer camp movies, yeah.
Yes.
You can't see it.
Oh, got it. I didn't. Okay, that's the reference. I should have.
Oh.
I didn't. Yeah. I get it. Summer camp. I get it now.
I
get
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys know Robert Klein.
So we can see Corey's shirt.
There we go. Movie. Damn, Chris. Oh, now it's gone.
No, now it's gone. Okay.
Now it's there. I'm just, you guys like that? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Robert Klein, known for his big role in The Last Unicorn, The Butterfly.
Robert Klein is one of those. That's more my era than your guys' era. But Robert Klein was like the stand-up comedian on everything in like the late '80s, and he was never funny.
Do you know that movie I just mentioned? By the way, okay, I just scrolled down IMDb and I found the funniest one. Oh, let's not forget about his role in Sharknado 3. Oh, Mayor of New York. Okay. And lastly, I'm going to group two together. We've never done this before. But we're grouping two actors together. Nancy McKeon. Am I saying that right?
McKeon.
And MJF, Michael J. Fox. Both of them most known for High School USA and nothing else.
Classic.
Nothing else.
Classic movie.
Watching those movies makes me feel like I'm like going back to the past. And then when I watch them, it makes me feel like I've gone back to the future.
I like it.
I think there was something in there.
Anyways, that's what I got. I mean, I could go through the whole cast, but there's no time for that. So that's what we have for the cast there.
Well, so tonight we're going to do our clips differently, right?
Ooh, okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to show just a few short clips for each movie, and then we're going to show some of the similarity clips of each of them. So here we go with the. There's not
They weren't similar at all.
You may not think so, but I have a list right here.
I have a list, two-page list of similarities.
Of similarities. But let's just pick apart some of the things that are different.
No.
All right, so let's see how bad I did the clips this time. Oh, okay, so this movie starts with this kid packing up his stuff and his mom's yapping in the background, right? And this kid is not one of the kids at camp.
That's awesome.
And then that magazine. So she's telling him, like, make sure you grab your books. What's that one I got you? What's it called? Something like Great Expectations or something. And but he's grabbing a magazine called Nuts. And if you're like, come on, man, that's just, he probably really likes like cashews and pecans and stuff. But I don't know. Like that might be pornography. I mean, it was just sitting right out.
Yeah, blur out that cover. Blur out that cover.
Well, but here's the thing. So that's just a comic book. But his real pornography is just right beneath his pillow. So I don't really. This movie tackles the
TV. Yeah, he tries to put the TV in his bag.
This movie tackles the claiming that children of this age all just not only like pornography but also have it in their possession.
Well, that's the best hiding spot underneath your pillow.
I like that the TV's still plugged in.
It would have fit if he unplugged it.
Yeah.
Too bad. Have you ever seen this kid's face?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Because he's not in the movie. And also we know this because the dog's not in the movie, right? And then,
right.
And also the kid probably didn't get to go to camp because his mom probably realized on the way there that one of the people in the car was barking.
Sweetheart, you'll miss the train to camp.
What a well-behaved dog.
That's a cute dog.
And that's how the dog died.
I was going to say, do you guys think that dog's still?
I put this clip in. So this kid is I don't know, is Jerry? Is his name Jerry? He was the super slick outsmarts everybody kid. I kind of grew up in this era, and none of this would have been cool. Anyway.
You didn't dress like that?
No, and he actually like wears like one glove, like MJ. And I don't know. I also, again, we're kind of speeding through these, but this is pretty dumb for me to point out, but so when the one kid runs away right in the beginning, and Michael J. Fox has to go and pick him up.
That's Timmy or Tommy?
Timmy.
Or Tommy.
Timmy.
That's Timmy.
So whose car are they in?
The camp's car.
I mean, because it's not
everyone-
Michael J. Fox's car. He took a train.
Train,
there.
yeah.
So
I guess the only thing I could think of is some type
What
of
did you get before they finally caught you?
camp car.
all right, let's make sure we just get all of the pornography out in the open right here. All right, so he's reading a magazine called Mystique. With an ad for Skoll's Wintergreen on the back, by the way. But what's better yet is this issue is not just Mystique; it's Bizarre Sex.
Wow.
So this kid's into some
kinky stuff, or to quote Trent, we're not trying to kink shame anybody here.
And then I just included this because the dark backward Marty could have been, is just better than this kid.
You ain't kid. I'm a weed. Knock knock.
Okay,
It
and
just
then
proves you can't find a cab in this town, or whatever.
you just can't find a camp in this side of Maine.
Yeah, just find a good camp around town.
And then I just also want to show this one scene is where Michael J. Fox poisons his love interest
Because that's what you do at camp.
With sleeping pills, how would you not notice this many pills in your burger? It's not like he crushed them up. He just embedded them in there. And the guy's a doctor. I mean, I just...
And like when he threw it on, they were still like on the top.
Yeah.
Of it.
All right.
Is that you?
Oh yeah, and then the big difference between this movie and the other movie
Oh, that's a little Timmy there, right?
is so both movies do feature a problem. I didn't write that on my list. They both feature a problematic handyman. But this one is not the disgruntled one that we're going to see in the next movie. This one could be best described as right here. It's
Is that you? Walter won't hurt you. He's just a painter, a distracted expansionist.
it's a good line.
A great line.
So that is let me get my act together here. Let me make sure that was it. I think that was it. It was. All right, so we're on to the second movie already. I told you guys this movie,
That is it. We're flying here.
yeah. This episode is to be different. So let's get into our second movie with with this. And once again, it's time for the synopsis with Cam. The synopsis with Cam.
All right, film number 2, folks. Camp Cucamonga. Once again, it's summertime, and when the youngsters go to camp, shenanigans will ensue. Scandal, strife, and sorrow will haunt these once happy-go-lucky future stars, who will win the hearts of their loves in this epic rap performance of the century.
Perfect. Sorry, we have a guest here. I must have them leave. Hold on, sorry about that.
Yeah, I tell you what,
The cat jumped up on the desk.
pets love camp movies.
Dude, they love him.
All right, let's.
You know who else loves camp movies? Cue the music.
Yeah, that'd have been so much cooler if I had it ready.
Who else loves camp movies? I'll tell you who else. The beautiful people love camp movies. Can you believe that Marilyn Manson was in this movie? Marilyn Manson, best known for playing his role as Paul in The Wonder Years. Yeah, he was in this. Jail White. I don't know if he did it or not, but he was also in a cameo role in a show called Step by Step, if you remember that. And last but not least, I'm sorry, no, I got 3 more. I don't got.
Oh yeah, no, that's why we had to do them quicker. The other part of the episode quicker.
Jennifer Aniston, known for her role in Leprechaun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. And then we have Candace Cameron. How are we saying this? It's French. We said it right.
Beer.
Yeah. Known for her roles in A Christmas Town, A Christmas Under Wraps, Christmas on Candy Lane, Christmas Town, Christmas Under the Wraps, My Christmas Hero, Christmas ... present, Christmas Contest, If I Only Had Christmas, A Shoe Addict's Christmas, which Christmas I can't keep going. So she's been in a lot of Christmas movies.
Which is funny because she's a known atheist.
Definitely. Very, very strong atheist, which is like, what? You know, hey, a paycheck's a paycheck, right? And then we have Danica McKellar, who has a lot of similarities to Cameron with this Christmas theme. So Swinging to Romance. Oh, that wasn't a Christmas. Oh, it was. There's trees in the background. Christmas at the Drive-In. Christmas She Wrote, Christmas at Dollywood, Christmas at Grand Valley, Christmas at the Drive-In, Christmas at Dollywood 2, I guess, Christmas at Grand Valley, A Royal Day for Christmas, You, Me, and Christmas Trees. And I'm not going to keep going on because it'll take an hour. A lot of Christmas.
But then it'll be Christmas.
By the time I got done, it would be Christmas. My favorite one probably was Crown for Christmas. That was definitely probably my favorite one from Danica. So
yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
you watch that first movie, and
Merry Christmas.
when you watch Poison Ivy, which by the way, there's like 6 movies called Poison Ivy. But when you watch Poison Ivy 1985, you're like, wow, they got some TV stars really to light up the big screen here. And then this movie just like hold my beer, right? This is the who's who of 1990 television. It was funny when I was watching this, I had a slight argument about the blonde kid. I don't know his name, but
The blonde kid, yeah.
it was like, no, he's the kid from my 2 dads. I was like, no, he's from our house with Wilford Brimley. Apparently, he was on both shows. So we all learned something today. Let's get right into this.
Chad Allen, I think his name is.
Yeah, I mean, and then like the kid the redheaded kid who's like the sports hero, of the story. He was in. You guys are not going to know this show, but he played Ollie in the new Leave It to Beaver show about like when Wally and the Beaver are older and they have kids of their own, and that was a real popular show around this point, right? And then the other one would be the heavier set kid who is I'm surprised you didn't do Corey, the other actor, the bully,
man.
the bully.
Which one is he?
Well, so his buddy, his
Is that Cody in this movie, or
let me see what his name is.
Okay.
Cody,
While they're filling for time here, the names after watching both of these movies,
it's hard to remember.
they're like it's so hard to remember.
Yeah,
they're
no, so
all
he
the
played-
most generic
Oh my
names.
God, yeah.
Okay, so I thought Corey, I thought you would talk about the actor who played Cody, but I was going to talk about Cody's his sidekick in this. The heavier set kid was the nerd in Saved by the Bell, right? He was one of the nerds. Mm-hmm. And then I thought you'd bring up the Breckenmeyer was in this.
Well, in Breckenmeyer, I mean, I could have, but I mean, I said 5 other names instead. But he was definitely there. I mean,
Well, because
Breckenmeyer, yeah.
Because his well-known, I mean, this is one of the most classic movies of all time. He was in Garfield, Tale of Two Kitties.
Let's see. Who is
I
he
might
in
have missed
that?
that.
He's John, isn't he?
Oh, really?
Am I wrong? I'd be pretty embarrassed if I was wrong. I'm just gonna cut that
I
out of the
love that
episode.
movie,
Don't be
man.
embarrassed by that one. I'd be embarrassed if I didn't know a character name in Tale of Garfield, you said? Tale
Yeah,
of Two
Garfield, Tale of Two Kitties.
Am I wrong? That's embarrassing.
You're going to get just blown up. In the,
Oh no, I'll just cut it right out of the episode.
He was
Yeah.
in Clueless?
It's Breckenmeyer. I win.
Oh, he was
All right, there we go.
Josh from Road Trip. That's right. Okay. Sorry.
And also he does the best Boba Fett on Robot Chicken. So all right, moving on. Let's talk about this movie. So one of the actors in this movie is John Ratzenberger, right? Mm-hmm. And Corey, I don't want to steal your thunder, but I just wanted to show what movie he's mostly known for, because he actually was in one of the biggest movies of all time. And maybe not everybody knows this, but he was in Empire Strikes Back. He's in this scene when Leia's talking. He's right behind her, and he does get a speaking line.
Pass the energy shield. Proceed directly to the rendezvous point. Understood? Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, everybody do station.
Ooh, yeah.
That was going to be the movie I picked for his known role, too. So I'm glad that we have those wavelengths there. I can't forget about Sherman Hemsley, though. He's in this movie as well.
Yeah, and he's not in any other clips.
Known for his role in the show Dinosaurs. As BP Richfield. You guys remember that show? Not the mama.
Yeah, Dinosaurs.
Dinosaur, yeah.
And we also forgot to mention Mr. Dewey's in this movie. You know, he's starting to become a regular on our show.
Patrick Thomas O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yep.
I fired you. I come here for my severance pay. Severance! Yeah, I figured
Right.
on Wednesday and I started on Tuesday, so you're here for 2 weeks next Wednesday. But since Monday was a holiday,
All right.
I like that scene, actually. That was a good one.
And then before we show the aforementioned rap in Cam's synopsis, let's show when they're rehearsing for it. So Candace Cameron, Antichrist superstar, she can't do the dance here. Okay, so number one, this is really terrible acting, kind of on everybody's part. It's a terrible movie.
That's a hard dance.
Yeah,
I don't know if you tried it.
Well, but here's the thing: they're practicing for this, and also you hurt your girlfriend's feelings with this whole thing, and that dance is not in the video. So I'm not gonna show the whole video, but I'll show the dance.
well, why don't we just have Lindsay do it with you?
You're like, can't pick the monkey.
Yeah, Amber, you can help the guys with the rap, okay?
But I want...
No big deal, Amber. Okay.
Dirt.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's terrible.
Nothing makes you want to box again, huh, dude?
That's what I'm talking about. He was in. He was. If you imagine him with glasses, Saved by the Bell. Imagine him with an orange cat eating lasagna. He was in Tale of Two Kitties. Oh, and then I wanted to show this scene. So this young lady here, I'll show the scene.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been on a motorcycle.
Then carry on without me. I'll see.
All right, so that young lady right there is William Shatner's daughter.
Huh.
So she's been in Star Trek.
So her father has been to space, and so has John Ratzenberger.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I did want to mention this actor as well. Let's see if I can get his face to show up here.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been on a motorcycle.
No, we're not gonna get him. But that is Brian Robbins, who is Corey's second favorite former actor from Head of the Class that went on to become a producer on Nickelodeon.
Who's my first?
Dan Schneider. Anyway, Brian Robbins is now the CEO of Nickelodeon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's the one that doesn't have accusations against him
Yet.
Then carry on without me.
You think somebody would have said something by now, though? You know, like
I mean, people wait to cancel people all the time.
yeah, but the accusations that Dan Schneider has should be the accusations that you would have towards him. Like
You can't. You just can't group them together. Though. Like
Yeah, it's called class action.
it's called a class action lawsuit.
All right, so 2 more quick clips from this show. This is when they're deciding about the video, about making a rap, and then we'll see some of this amazing rap.
Wait a minute. You want to get something happening here? Let's do a rap video.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wait a minute, guys.
Like,
Why are we making a podcast?
So,
What were you
like
saying?
when Jael White was like, yeah, like to me, in my brain, I was thinking, oh, he's just being sarcastic. He's about to say, yeah, that's a great idea. That's stupid, you guys. Come on. But no, they were fully into it, and she just jumps right on the table and just
Starts rapping.
starts rapping.
But she does the thing that so I didn't look in the cast and crew too deeply. I don't know if Aaron Spelling had anything to do with this, but most Aaron Spelling productions had a rap at this time, and almost all of them when they're rapping they had the my name is Cam and I'm here to say, and so she does the same thing here.
Literally one line.
Okay, here's the. is just a total ripoff of Young MC. You know, yeah.
It really is, damn.
Just bust a
I
move.
have no words. Besides, oh yeah.
But yeah, that dance is not in this scene at all. The one like, that reminds me of a dance that was kind of popular at the time where people, not really a dance, but like a move, like where you would hold your, I'm not going to do it, but because I can't.
You hold like your leg and kind of,
and you jump through. You hold, like you hold. You
Oh,
hold.
yeah.
You hold your shoe with your foot in it, and then you try with your leg you're standing on. You jump through the leg. That's what that dance looked like. It was terrible.
This is the first movie we've discussed that has a rap in it, right? Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean,
think there's a rap in Hands of Steel.
No, but I do count Kenny Rogers as the foundational, the grandfather of rap music.
Kenny Rogers is the grandfather of rap.
His music wasn't considered rap, of course, but it was considered like poetry to music. You know. In an urban setting.
His beard is thug life, straight up.
Okay, so here's
what Rogers was the pioneer of rap. Quote.
So here's what I got to finish this episode up is our list of so those are the things that make this show these shows different from each other.
What? One had a train and one had a bus.
They sadly, Cam, they both had buses.
One had a rap and one
right.
had not a rap.
You're exactly right. But let's put some of the things together, okay? So first off, this took a while to put together. So don't make fun of my crappy editing because it took forever to put this together. It had like 3 days to get this to fit. Okay, so the first off, and this is pretty minimal, but it's there, and we have to count it, right? All points count, right? Field goals count. Or, they're not as good as touchdowns, but they still could help you win the game. Here we go. Both movies, the camp director has a nickname. If it's going to show, come on.
For a moment, I thought this was like a quiz between Cam and I. Can you name
our camp director, Erwin Big Irv Clopper?
I'm your new camp director, Colonel Marv.
Okay, there's more.
Can we ask who would win in a fight after each one?
Sure, I would say Cliff Clavin. He knows his facts.
Just doesn't says his cheers name, Cliff Clavin.
Yeah, it's
or the pig, right?
Yeah.
Pig.
What was the pig's name?
Pig.
Hampton.
Ham.
Just ham.
It was Ham. That's awesome.
All right, both movies had peeping toms looking into the showers.
There with the 6-year-olds. Is it bad? Does you know anything? Come on, let's go.
Cucamonga, they did it right.
With a giant camera coming through the floor.
Not saying any of it's right, but look at the effort they put into. Oh no, it's awful. It's really obvious, but like we're gonna go underneath the shower. We're gonna put up this huge camera through the drain or wherever it was coming from.
Well, it's a good thing they didn't wreck that waterproof camera either, because that's what they used to make the rap video.
Touché.
All right, and then we got both movies have that super cool and hip counselor that gets the ladies, right? Mm-hmm. When it pops up on the screen here. I just put them right together at the same time. All right. In both movies, we get swimming.
Yep.
In both movies, we also are going to get. Come on, baseball. There we go. Right? If you're like, man, these are pretty weak. Hold on.
Yeah, when she's like, Marilyn, hit it over the fence.
We're only 5 in. I have 14. Here we go. Okay. Both movies also feature quality meats from the secret menu. Okay. whenever this clip shows up. I probably made this clip too long. Okay, quality meats from the secret menu. All right. Both movies feature side-by-side water transportation.
I feel like Cucamonga was an upgrade to Poison Ivy. Like the camp had made some upgrades.
Like maybe like that was the same one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like instead of canoes, now we have jet skis.
Also, our super hip cool counselor gets the main girl by the end of the story.
Well, the other girl in Poison Ivy has like a boyfriend or fiance waiting for her.
Yeah, I did. I was gonna show a clip of that, like, because one of my biggest pet peeves in movies is that the guy you're gonna dump is always a bad guy, like in Cutting Edge.
Right, like, and then Michael J. Fox is like, well, when you straighten all that out, hit me up, and like kisses her and like, hops off the train. Yeah,
maybe we should have clipped that because there's some weird stuff in that the poet kid, the kid that likes to write poetry, he's writing these secret love letters to Nancy McKeon's character, and she thinks it's Michael J. Fox, but then she finds out that it's not.
Yeah,
and there was no rift. She was like, it really wasn't the poetry.
I would bet money that those two characters never saw or spoke to each other ever again. After he hopped off that train, she went back to her boyfriend. They got married, happy life, 3 kids.
I'd like to think that train.
J. Fox is a drunk and he's single.
It'd be more fun if that train was the train at the beginning of the movie Unbreakable.
Ooh, I just watched that.
Yeah, and so then they just died, and Bruce Willis just walked off.
That was the trick. They're just all dead.
All right.
And Bruce Willis was like, "What happened?"
Camp. All right. All right. Okay, so the camp directors make out. Also, both movies. Oh, and also the camp directors make out.
Is the camp director wearing the hat from the guy in Poison Ivy? Is he wearing the hat that?
Like the safari hat that they switched. Maybe he left that for future generations, and that's for John Ratzenberger. Robert Klein.
Yeah, but I got to get their character name. So he was
Big Irv.
Marvin.
Big Irv.
Big Irv.
And the other one was the colonel. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Marvin. They called him.
All right. And then both movies featured a scheme to have a picnic with the girls.
Jerry. You called?
Is that Corey Feldman?
What are you doing here? We came for a little buffet.
Buffet?
You might like to join us. Jerry, if you guys get caught, we can handle it. But if you're scared, I'm not scared.
Or is that Pee Wee Herman? I can't tell.
And, how about getting a girl from my pal Bobby here?
Someone else is gonna come help us out with the picnic.
Right? There we go. Schemes.
I thought it was just the 4 of us.
Yeah, this is great.
It's just someone helping us out with the cooking.
It's not some dork like Matt Rocket, is it?
Comes walking out. Just sweet. That would have been awesome.
Okay, and then we also have a scheme with writing letters to your parents in both movies.
Hold on. Just real quick too. Dude, he destroyed those steaks.
Oh yeah.
Like if I was one of the other the boy characters that like okay, you come on, you cook, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, really? You came out here because of cook, and then you just literally destroy him.
Yeah,
they're charbroiled. They're good.
You would have drowned him in the bottom of the lake, and then there'd be like 14 or 15 horror movies based on that character.
From now on,
right.
The letter days are a thing of the past.
Both movies have schemes
deliver a perfect 2-pager every
about
Wednesday,
letters to your
Friday,
parents.
And Sunday. And if your parents aren't more satisfied than they've ever been, we guarantee you money. Wait a minute. How much money?
So I'm pretending that we're her parents. Amber, you're so full of it. Yeah? You will check out the 2 letters on her shelf. They have Shadyville postmarks on them. Now let's see what she writes herself.
She wrote this one too, by the way. Just saying.
The
Guaranteed.
one that
She wrote the one that some other parents getting divorced just to have like sympathy points from the rest of the girls there.
both movies have a kid that runs away to a bus station.
Bunch of Make America Great hats they're wearing. Like, what the heck's going on? Just kidding. I got political. Sorry.
We'll bleep that.
We'll delete. They're all wearing red hats, so I just made a Make America Great hat joke.
Okay, and then here's probably the most egregious of the similarities. Both of the kids that ran away because one kid did something that that made right. So both movies, when they go look for the kid, the person that wronged them wants to go along to make this right.
Yeah, every time.
If you're looking for Timmy, I want to go with you. Why? Because Timmy's my friend. You sure didn't treat him like he's your friend today. I know. I made a big mistake. You're the reason he ran away. I know, Bobby. You're always looking for angles like I am. Sometimes you wind up behind the 8 ball.
Well, I'm coming with you. I am too. I'm out of here.
Wait a minute, Amber. For once in you,
Out of here. I ain't doing it.
I know. That's why I want to come.
let's go then. We gotta get to town the fastest way we can.
So
on foot.
That's the second time in Camp Cucamonga where somebody who did something, it was their fault. They wanted to go because find them. Like the main counselor guy who was like kissing up on the girls or whatever.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be watching,
and then he's
like, "Well, I'm gonna help find him." I mean, I just feel so bad about it. That's definitely like a Full House moment.
Well, you know, he's the head of the class.
All right.
All right. And then we got just a couple quick ones here. We got both movies feature kids getting thrown in the water. And then finally, to wrap all of this up, both movies show a scheme where you trick somebody into falling asleep, and then you put their bed right on the lake so they would they would fall in the lake when upon waking up.
When they wake up, yeah.
Right? Both of these movies, both Poison Ivy and oh wait, that's not Camp Cucamonga, that's Meatballs. Never mind.
Like, I was thinking to myself, like, where was that other one? And you got the icon up too.
All right, so that was our clips. Again,
are you guys ready for summer after watching these?
I'm cool with 3 more months of just constant rain.
Yeah, I was wondering though, because at the very end of Poison Ivy, right? That's the one with Timmy who couldn't swim, and then he learned how to swim.
Yeah, which is funny because that feels like the main focal point. Yet the kid who writes the poem, who smothers himself in Poison Ivy. The movie was called Poison Ivy. I guess calling the movie "Kid Can't Swim" is.
Well, then at the very end, yeah, they say something about how, what are you gonna do when you get home? And he's like, laps. My parents are putting in a pool. I just thought that was funny. Like, now they're gonna, we're just gonna put in a pool. So then it got me thinking. Was that you, Trent? Did you go to camp, couldn't swim, learn how to swim, and then now you have a pool?
Nah, you know, I'm still not a very good swimmer. I did go to camp. That was my question. Did you guys go to camp?
Yeah, I went to 2 different camps. I went to in school I went to a winter camp, and then I went to a church camp in the summer one time. Yeah,
we call the up north. We call them Bible camps, and that's what I went to as well.
Yeah,
and I went to band camp as well. We called it music camp, and but I went to music camp every year as well. But that wasn't.
It's better to call it music camp after American Pie and whatnot.
But
guys, I think I can one up you.
Yeah, what do you got, Cam?
My grandpa ran the camp.
What?
And then when he retired, my mom opened her own camp at a different location. So, oh man, out on the water.
Why aren't we working at this camp? What are we doing?
Oh,
and Cam's middle initial is P.
Yeah.
So it spells out Cam.
No, but every summer growing up, I was literally there all summer and helping. Dude, I got to drive the go-kart to deliver or the golf cart rather, to deliver like snacks to the different camps that were there. I got to I was like 5 years younger than the kids learning how to canoe. I'm out there on the lake like, yeah, basically I know how this goes. Like barely able to move the oar. So yeah, this is not the experience I had.
No,
this is pretty close to like they're pretty close to my, I mean, when I went to Bible camp, it was pretty close to these movies.
Yeah, peeping in the.
No, but I remember it was a dare for me to go in there,
okay.
Not while they were in there, but just like go into the girl, No, I liked camp. Music camp wasn't like at a beach though. It was just you just went there for a month or whatever and.
What I remember is we getting into like the little cabin, and there was probably like 8 guys all in the one cabin. All right, and this is my first time there, and I knew I had a friend somebody who I went with, so I knew, but like knew him, but like everybody else, you could tell had been there before, and they started having these like farting competitions inside of the cabin, like who could fart the loudest, and I remember just thinking to myself like, that is not me. Like I don't do fart jokes really. Then I do now, but
after you won,
I remember that. What's that?
After you won for the first time, you're like, wait, they are funny.
After I won that competition, yeah.
Well, I'll say that, in the beginning of the movie when that kid's packing up all the stuff and he tries to take his dog and the TV or whatever, so he takes cassettes, and that's when I went to Bible camp, was when cassettes were a thing. And I'll tell you, like, after the first year, I realized the trick was because they're going to take your cassettes away until the end of camp, because it was, it's Bible camp. You can't be listening to Wasp, or whatever, And so I would bring some cassettes and have those kind of obvious. So they'd take them away, and then I'd have the other ones hidden.
Slick.
Right? Yeah.
Underneath your pillow?
Yeah, and then I wouldn't let anybody else know. Like that, then you could listen to it at night. But I will tell you, so again, like I said, music camp wasn't the same kind of thing, but I will share a music camp story, which is similar, because you do have to share a bunk with somebody, right? You have to share. Yep. So this was music camp was actually at the Bemidji State University, so you are just staying in the dorms, but you still had to have a roommate, right? Now, like 1 year I was there, and I got to see the sign-in sheet like weeks before, and I was like, I don't have a roommate. This is gonna be awesome, and I did bring a TV, right? I even brought this. You guys aren't gonna understand this because your age, but to get HBO, you used to have a box that you'd put on top of your TV, and it would just have a little switch. And that would turn, that would make channel 2 into HBO. And so if you had cable, it would descramble it, right? And so I brought my HBO box with, so I was like, I'm gonna be cool, I can watch HBO, right? And so anyway, but like 10 minutes before the opening day's dinner, they're like, we had a late addition to camp, and he's gonna be sharing a room with you. And you know what? He was a nice guy, but I had already like put posters up and everything else.
You made it your room.
Yeah.
This is the trench spot.
Yeah. And I was listening to like Anthrax or Megadeth or whatever at the time. And he's like, hey, do you want to hear something really heavy? I'm not making this up. But he's like, do you want to hear something really heavy? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. What do you got? And he put in this thing, and it was like orchestra music. And he goes,
no.
And he goes, it's the Canadian brass. It's the heaviest thing there is. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, God. Anyway.
You became a fan instantly.
He was a nice guy, but we were just...
so needless to say, you're not still in contact with this person? No. Should we find him and bring him onto the podcast?
Yeah, and he'll probably be like, listen... I was at music camp, and I got this dork who kept listening to metal the whole time. We're at music camp.
He's like a member of Slipknot now.
Because of what you showed him.
Or he's probably the member of the Canadian Brass.
Yeah,
he's true. Probably a millionaire playing some heavy music.
I'll tell. Here's my last story. Is that about that? It was that I was really excited because that year they decided to combine chorus camp and music camp, right? Like,
Chorus camp. Oh, like
chorus.
like choir.
Choir.
Stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was so excited because that meant that there'd be more girls there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like a Brian Robbins, never mind. But so anyway, this kid, when after we're listening to this Canadian brass cassette, I'm like, hey, chorus camp is here this year, and he's like, oh, that means that we have to split stage time. Anyway, there's my summer camp memories for you.
Yeah, my dad was telling me this a couple months ago that when my friend Chris and we were going to the camp and neither of us wanted to go. Like we were really kind of like pissy about it. Like this is going to be stupid. We're going to be here for a week. And then he said like by the time he picked us up, we didn't want to leave. And he's like, why didn't you want to leave? Like, we're just having fun. There's a bunch of girls here and we're hanging out and playing baseball and chasing girls. But that's my story for camp. Cam was with the counselors, apparently.
I didn't realize that we had such campiness in our lineage.
Midwest, I went to camp was for school, and then like I said, one was for church. So church camp.
Yeah, and then I went to obviously my family one, and then I went to Boy Scout camp and cut it right now.
Okay, and we're back. That's joke yet.
Oh man, cut it.
Okay, let's give our reviews.
Totally, yeah. So final thoughts. I'll go first. We'll do one movie at a time. I think, right? Yeah. We'll do one movie at a time, and we'll start with Camp Cucamonga. I definitely made both of these were definitely made for TV. You could tell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Poison Ivy was made for TV.
Yeah,
I think it was made for home video.
Okay, I mean IMDb says TV movie underneath it, so I can't. I wasn't.
I think they just meant that it's made of TV actors.
I mean, it could be. It's really hard to give final thoughts on both of these. They were. I'll be honest. Nothing wrong with the movies, but they weren't that captivating for me to watch all the way through. Like I needed to watch them in parts because I lost interest in some parts. Probably because they were just like kind of too cheesy, I think, at some points. And then like when the rap scene happened, I mean that was the best part of the movie to me. It was the funniest part of the movie, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? They have a rap scene in this?"
See, that's like when you watch a camp movie, you know what you're gonna get, and I was not disappointed with either.
I didn't know, honestly. I should have known. Looking at who was in the movie, I should have known. But it was very silly. I mean, I enjoyed it though. I give it a 4.
Okay,
I'll give it a 4.
I would give it a 4 as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be boring straight down the middle. I'm gonna give it a 5. Okay. It's not anything too memorable, and but I don't know, it's a little bit more fun than Camp Cucamonga.
Poison Ivy?
Oh no, we're doing Camp Cucamonga.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad. I'm doing it in reverse order Camp Cucamonga, I'm gonna give 4 as well.
Okay.
So 4 across the board.
Yeah.
So Camp Poison Ivy, you give a 5. Sounds like. Do you have any final thoughts on that?
Just it was a little bit wackier in a way that I enjoyed. I think they both had wacky elements, like without a doubt. But I think that the little bit older, like farther back in time, what they were trying to go with, and the more believable age difference as well. I don't know if you guys got that one in the Camp Cucamonga. I'm like, they kind of all are the same age, right? I don't.
Yeah.
Other than Ham from Toy Story.
And okay, so like Camp Cucamonga is like star power. I mean, that's like reading a Teen Beat magazine, I think that Poison Ivy has a little more substance. I don't know if I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. I knew of this movie. I think we watched it when we were kids, but I definitely remember I remember the Timmy scene, like I remember him not being able to swim, and they were trying to teach him in the bathtub, which I was like, I swim in the bathtub all the time. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel like swimming. You always just
he's floating. He's You always
just hate yourself for just wasting time, right? Michael J. Fox just can carry a movie. But I'll use this moment though to just bring up something that I like when movies when they intersect. Okay, so in Camp Cucamonga, Jennifer Aniston, right? She later goes on to be in a popular TV show called Friends.
Oh,
you know who was a guest star on Friends?
Almost everyone in these movies, probably. Oh, who?
Leah Thompson. Okay. Leah Thompson was also in a movie with Michael J. Fox called Back to the Future, as Corey mentioned earlier. But
that's the movie I was thinking of.
But you know what movie Leah Thompson's most known for? Space Camp.
Oh!
So anyway, I'll give it a 5 for Poison Ivy.
For the Space Camp connection.
It's because of the Space Camp.
I tell you what. I spent the last 2 hours before we did the show of how I was gonna connect these to somebody, and I was thinking okay, so John Ratzenberger was in Toy Story with Tom Hanks, and then Tom Hanks played the drunk uncle on Family Ties with Michael J. Fox. But then I was like, but there's nothing to say about Tom Hanks that's funny now, like what he went to. And then my other one was George Clooney. George Clooney was also a special guest on Friends. George Clooney was his first role was on Facts of Life with Nancy McKeon. But then
I read something earlier. This is the little Friends thing, just to be a little off topic though. But Joey and Chandler are huge Die Hard fans. I read in one of the episodes, but then later on in the series, either Jennifer Aniston's character or Courtney Cox's character starts dating Bruce Willis, and neither of them make a deal out of it. Wait, shouldn't you be excited the fact that she's dating John McClane? But Poison Ivy. Well, I almost watched the wrong one. I watched the trailer. I'm like, I think he said not the one with Drew Barrymore. So
yeah, not the one with Tom Skerritt skeezing on a teenage Drew Barrymore. No.
Final thoughts. I liked Camp Cucamonga more, probably because I knew more characters, and I grew. I guess we all did. Maybe. We're all different ages here, but all those people in Camp Cucamonga were people who I watched growing up. So Poison Ivy, obviously it had Michael J. Fox. It had not one of the Baldwin brothers in it. But it probably would have been better if he was one of the brothers.
Adam Piano Baldwin.
Yep. But I'm keeping it even. I'm giving this a 4 as well. So I'm giving him.
Corey hates camp.
Corey hates camp. I like, serial killer camp movies. So 4 and 4 is where I'm at with this, and that's about it. I'm just excited for the summer. I'm excited to get out there and go to camp. No, I'm not.
They should make a camp for I almost said adult camp, but that's not what I want. That's not what I want.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, all jokes aside, I did go to a camp 2 years ago, and it was in October. It was an adult camp where they had activities and everything, and scavenger hunts. And
did you zip line?
They didn't have a zip line, but they had bourbon tasting, fires, and lots of booze. It was a good time. Good food, little cabin, no heat. So, and it was October. It was fun. I know you guys were looking at me like, you went to an adult camp? Okay. But I do want to say this. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight as we discussed some of the biggest summer blockbusters ever to be made. of Poison Ivy and Camp Cucamonga. Do you know if these came out in the summer at all? I wonder if they did. You would think they would have, right?
Yeah, you have to strike while the iron's hot, you know?
Right. So, but once again, thank you, Trent. Thank you, Cam. And I'll thank myself for being here. So yeah, please join us again on Do You Remember This Movie? TV show!
Okay, fine. Look, humor me, okay? Pick up the phone, call ahead to Portland, and have them check the 915 when it gets there. Do you remember this movie?
Or this TV show.
Yo, my name is Max, and I go to Cucamonga. Yeah, put more beat into it, okay?
All right, more beat. All right. Yo, my name is Max, and I go to Cucamonga. Hello, how are you? Don't you wish that you were younger? Then you could be like me and go to Cucamonga. Get down, get funky, get